All right, I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Justice Committee. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. We have 2 minutes here, one for January 13th, 2022, and one for February 1st of 2022. Can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Martin, second by member Went. Any additions or corrections to the minutes? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is appearance by members of the public. I understand we have one person who's requested to speak.
Yes, and she could come up to the table now if she'd like. Julie, do you have the name?
Jenna Kearns, that's what I got. Jenna Kearns.
Yes, you could come to any of these at the end here, Jenna. Thank you. Jenna is representing a group, so she will have 5 minutes to speak. Red.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Thank you, board members of the Justice Committee. Thank you for your time today. My name is Jenna Kearns, and I am a resident of Bloomington in District 9. But today I'm here to talk about an amazing program that we have here in McLean County called Illinois Justice Corps. I'm also here to make you aware of or remind you about a week of celebration that's coming up in the next couple of weeks called Americorps Week. At the end of my time today, I'm going to invite you, board members of the Justice Committee, as well as other board members of the McLean County Board, to consider officially acknowledging March 13th through 19th of this year, Americorps Week in McLean County, and hopefully to get involved in some way during that week. Americorps is the federal agency tasked with bringing volunteers and organizations together to serve and strengthen their communities. During Americorps Week, we recognize millions of Americans who have chosen to serve their country through Americorps and Americorps seniors, and to encourage Americans to follow in their footsteps to serve their communities. These dedicated citizens help communities manage COVID-19 response, ensure students stay on track to graduate, combat hunger and homelessness, respond to natural disasters, fight the opioid epidemic, help seniors live independently, support veterans and military families, and much, much more. Besides Justice Corps, there are other Americorps programs in McLean County, just to let you know. Hopefully you're aware of that. But Illinois Justice Corps is an Americorps funded program which is administered by the Illinois Bar Foundation. The Illinois Bar Foundation is a statewide organization aimed at access to justice initiatives and helping attorneys in need. Justice Corps has a total of 11 sites around the state of Illinois, with McLean County being our second longest running site. The goal of our program is to make courts more welcoming and to improve someone's ability to navigate their civil legal issue. Justice Corps trains volunteers from the community, usually students from our local universities, and we help community members navigate their civil legal issues because they usually can't get assistance from an attorney. Just to put it into context, on average in Illinois, over 50% of civil cases filed usually have one party that isn't represented by an attorney. And in some case types, that number can be as high as 80%. So some of the examples of how we help people file emergency orders of protection, help parents navigate their divorce and parenting issues. We help people electronically file their paperwork. We've also been able to help residents navigate their eviction issues. So we help people get signed up for Prairie State Services during the eviction clinic, and also help people get connected to organizations who have rental assistance. And these are just a few of the ways in which we help. In the last 4 months, we have made ourselves available a total of 682 times to help listen, provide assistance, provide resources to anyone coming into the law library at the courthouse. We also provide an opportunity for young people to serve their community and instill civic-minded values in the next generation. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank McLean County for its support of Illinois Justice Corps. Specifically, I would like to thank two of our biggest supporters within the courthouse, being Will Scanlon and Don Everhart. Without their support, or it's with their support that our program has been able to flourish and within the building and provide these important and critical services to the community seeking these non-attorney legal resources. So this Americorps Week, which is March 13th through the 19th, I urge you to celebrate the impact of Illinois Justice Corps as well as other Americorps programs in McLean County and offer thanks to those members and volunteers for the impact that they've made and the other people that they've served. So specifically, I would encourage you to come to the 6th floor law library and thank the volunteers there. Maybe hang out a bit and see the work that we do. And then I also encourage you to go through the proper channels to potentially proclaim March 13th through 19th Americorps Week. I'll be honest, I'm ignorant of what that process is, but I would like to follow up with you guys through your emails that I have access to give you some more information about that. And then you can always reach out to Don and Will if you have other questions or feedback. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda is item 4A, Mike Donovan, Court Services Director. We have no item for action. We do have item 4.2A, Court Services Adult Juvenile Division Statistics. Mr. Donovan, is there anything you'd like to say about those?
Just that my department is facing, like a lot of departments around the state, staff turnover is really hurting us, and we're getting record number of people coming from the court. So I'd like to applaud my staff for the work they're doing. They're really rolling their sleeves up and doing a lot of hard work in tough times. So,
Do any members have any questions of Mr. Donovan? All right, seeing none, thank you.
thank you.
Next item on the agenda is item 4B, Don Everhart, McLean County Circuit Clerk. Good afternoon, Don. We have no items for action. We do have item 4B2, the circuit clerk's monthly statistical reports. Mr. Everhart, is there anything you'd like to say about those?
Well, actually, yes, for the first time. There was a change for 2022 in the record-keeping manual from the Supreme Court that required circuit clerks to report additional statistics. If you notice, the reports L, M, and N are new reports to this, requiring tracking the number of months cases are when they're closed within a certain amount of time, and also tracking inactivity on those cases. So it is a lot more involved for staff. There's due to shortages or not said shortages, but inadequacies in the CMS. A lot of this has to be tracked manually now, especially for reports L, M, and N. I'm glad to answer any questions. Yes, if I may, I would echo Mr. Donovan talking about staff. Our office is facing staff shortages as well due to, I've lost staff due to wages. And I also want to, again, echo on my staff as well as my gratitude for their the efforts they're putting forth to meet those shortages. It is a strain. And also would like to say for Ms. Kearns that it is a pleasure working with the Justice Corps. They have been a great service to the SRLs and the office, and would encourage all of you to stop by the law library.
No, I'll only add, Don, that I know a lot of practicing attorneys, including myself, know that you've run a great office and you've had a lot of great employees, but it's just recently, sometimes things have slowed down trying to get things through. And it's not your fault, it's not anybody's fault, it's just staffing shortages. And I've had some problems getting, I know the judges have too, just getting stuff back, but I know they're doing what they can. I mean, is there anything you'd like to say about that? Or
Well, if we had this new CMS that was electronic, yes, we could. We had some setbacks because of Tyler Corporation. Um, their changeover for AOIC's record-keeping manual 2022 did not go very smoothly across the state, which puts some hindrances on our effectiveness in getting things turned around. Also, with evictions, our small claims division, as of now, probably handles 40 to 50% of all the e-filings coming into the office. So they've been slammed. And I'm very appreciative of that division for the overtime and the efforts they're putting forth, and my team, other divisions working to help and assist in that. But we apologize, but those things are outside our control, but we are doing the best we can.
No, and mine wasn't a criticism, it's just a compliment that you're doing the best you can with what you have.
I
And
appreciate
so,
that.
I just know in the past that there have been more people up there.
Yes.
And sometimes you get to know one of them and then the next time they're gone. So, so it's a lot of good people up there though.
I do have a great staff.
Yes,
and
you
it
do.
is difficult for all of us. I know other department heads with the competition of wages. It is very difficult. I've been trying to get an OSS one since August last year.
Do any members have any questions of Mr. Everhart? Anything else, Don?
No, sir.
You want to say something? I thought you were raising your finger there. No. All right. I saw the finger, all right? I mean, not that one, but thanks, Don. All right, next item on the agenda is item 4C, Ron Lewis, Public Defender. We have no items for action. We do have item 4C2, caseload report. Mr. Lewis, is there anything you'd like to say about that?
No, thank you. Open to any questions?
All right, do any members have any questions of Mr. Lewis? All right, thank you, Ron. Is she here? All right. Okay. She can't schedule conferences during it just now. Oh, I'm on the mic, aren't I? Better be careful. Item 4D. 4D1 items, Molly Evans, items for action. We have no items for actions. We do have her monthly statistics and general report. If there's any questions, you can refer them to the county administrator. So, all right. Next item on the agenda is item 4E. Kathy Yoder, McLean County Coroner. We have no items for action. We do have her monthly report. I'll let you get sat down here. Do you have any comments about your monthly report?
No.
Any members have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the weather. It's beautiful out.
Yeah. Next item on the agenda is item 4F, Will Scanlon Circuit Court. There are no items for action. We do have a item for information, the AOIC Technology Modernization Grant Program. Mr. Scanlon, is there anything you'd like to say about that?
I would just advise the committee that we will be putting forth a couple RFPs for the services under this grant. Most of the equipment falls under the statutory limit for an RFP, but the services do not. So we will be, Craig Nelson is working on an RFP, and those will be going out shortly. We expect this will provide opportunities in the court to make it go from 1970 perhaps to maybe 2016, if not 2022. But we're very thankful because the AOIC made this grant program available to us, and we did get full funding, so we're very thankful. On a different note, I would thank Ms. Kearns, who I came in toward the end of her presentation. She has been invaluable in maintaining stability in that program and recruiting good volunteers and good fellows to provide services in the law library. And I can only praise her leadership and her efforts in that role.
Do any members have any questions? Ms. Kearns had mentioned about a March 13th date, or a date that there's going to be Americorps volunteers up at the 6th floor of the Law and Justice Center. What date is that? Do you know what date that is? Is it March 13th? Is it March that week?
It's that week.
It's that week, okay.
And, there are volunteers there, about 32 hours a week, I think, something on that order. I would not, if your schedule doesn't permit you to go up on the week of March 13th or March 13th specifically, when I left the building, Jake, who is the current Americorps fellow, was providing services to someone at 4:25 this afternoon. So there would be someone available most anytime, and you can contact either my office or her office, and we can arrange your visit if you want to schedule one.
Okay, I just wanted the members to know that is available. So, anything else, Mr. Scanlon?
I would note that with the cancellation of opening day, the Cubs remain tied for first.
That's right.
In the 22 season.
Take that, Cardinal fans, you know.
I hope that appears in the minutes.
Yes, it
somewhere.
should. Thank you. Let the record reflect that Don's not here, is he? Oh, okay. All right, next item on the agenda is item 4G, Don Knapp. He is at a conference, but we do have, if you have any questions, you can direct those to the county administrator. All right, next item on the agenda is item 4H1A, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2021 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for the Sheriff's Department. And can I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by member Martin, a second by member Schaefer. Sheriff Sandage, County Administrator, do you want to address that, or is there anything you guys want to say?
This is a joint effort between the Sheriff's Department and administration to do end-of-year cleanup, similar to other appropriations that you've seen recently.
Do any of the members have any questions? All right, seeing none. All those in favor of item 4H1A, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, item 4H1B has been pulled. Last item here is item 4H2A, monthly statistical report. Sheriff Sandage, is there anything you'd like to say about that?
No, our population has been going up a little bit. 48 in custody that should be with the Department of Corrections. Our last trip to the Department of Corrections was February 4th. No transports are scheduled at this time. And then also to jump on the bandwagon about staffing, we are down 12 correctional officers in the jail, and we are soon to be down in the next couple weeks 11 deputies. Looking at having to go to 12-hour shifts to make sure we have coverage. What we're dealing a lot with is bigger agencies that pay more taking our guys. We've lost 4 to Bloomington, and we're getting ready to lose 2 to the state police. So it's a food chain type of deal where the bigger agencies steal from us, and we try to recruit from the smaller agencies to come to us. So it's going to be the smaller departments that really suffer and won't be able to meet staffing. But we were down 13 when I took office in 2015. Since that time, we've had 18 retirements. 25 have resigned. Of those resignations, 5 failed probation, 9 left for the private sector, 10 left for other police agencies, and 1 left over a disciplinary issue. And we've hired 42 in that amount of time. So we're starting to be known as a agency that trains for other agencies. So we're looking at ways we can combat that.
Any members have any questions of Sheriff Sandage? Member Chung?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have questions. I know you've been kind of strict, well, I don't want to say strict, but wanting to follow things that are not on the agenda. Is it okay if I ask these questions now, or are they going to wait till later? Sure. Thank you so much. I agree. I just thought I'd ask that right now. I'm happy to
Need
do
my
that.
mic on, don't I? But anyway, yes, we'll do that then. Anything else, Sheriff Sandage, you'd like
No.
to? Okay.
Nope.
I guess it's up to the sheriff to determine whether he wants to stick around for other business and communication, so, it is what it is, so. You want to say something? You want to say something? It looks like you.
I'm gonna get to my I and get it over with so we can move on to.
Oh, all right, you're in there reaching for it. All right, next item on the agenda is item 4I, Cassie Taylor. Cassie, take it away.
Thank you. I have nothing to present for action and nothing for information for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is other business and communication. Anybody? Member Chung?
Yeah. And Mr. Chairman, I also wanted to ask Ms. Taylor a question, if that's okay. If we can go, or maybe this is part of
Yes,
other
because
business.
it's you, I'll allow it, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we've had a lot of discussion already today of staff shortages and everything. I know there was a talk at some point about a salary study. I was just wondering if that has been happening, or how is that going along in the works? Thank you.
That is a great question and perfect timing. We completed the RFP and that was to be uploaded to our website today, and there will be an announcement in the Pantograph later this week for our request for proposals for that salary study. We expect that to be completed in the next, we're hopeful that it's 4 to 6 months, but it may be 6 to 9 months to complete that study. It is a very robust ask because we are looking at all of the positions across the organization. I have been working with departments individually on their shortages, and I can tell you that the Justice Committee is not the only committee oversight. All of our departments within McLean County are feeling that hurt.
Go ahead.
Can I ask my questions now to the sheriff?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, where I wanted to start with. I wasn't here last month, but I wanted to ask how, I know that back in what is time anymore these days? Back in the fall, you were about to implement the mail guard program. I guess I was just wondering how that is going, or is it like all happening? I just was wondering.
We
status.
had went back to receiving mail in the facility because the company that was doing it changed vendors as far as offsite vendors for the mail to go to. While we had that mail coming back to our facility, one of our clerks that opens the mail opened some mail that was full of methamphetamine that got all over her. She had to be transported to the emergency room, which is, as I said before, an example of why we went to something like this. The bugs have been worked out, and I believe we are back to off-site mail again.
I guess, since the sort of possibility of contraband being sent in the mail, I guess, is a thing. What the clerks that do open it up, like, do they have any sort of like protective gear that they wear when they open up the mail then?
Typically, no.
Okay. And let's see, I guess another question I had, if that's okay. I just wanted to know how COVID is doing at the jail. Numbers are way down here in the county throughout, so I'm just assuming that's probably the case as well at the jail.
Currently we have 0 COVID cases in the jail.
And then and I know that you had relaxed some restrictions, and I know that's kind of possibly under like DOC and whatever. Like, are you seeing any sort of chance to sort of loosen restrictions anymore within the jail, like having more open sort of time?
At this point, since we're literally less than a week with 0 cases.
Yep.
We haven't. No.
Okay.
We will keep an eye on it, but we want to make sure that we're in safe ground.
And I guess my last question is, so I kind of just want to know a little bit about some of the things that happen at the jail, like how say an inmate wanted to file a grievance, like what would what would they have, I guess, what do they have to do to kind of be able to do that?
They can file it on the tablets or they can file it on a piece of paper.
Okay. And then, so if they file it on the tablets, there's a sort of paper trail, I guess one would say, right? If they do that on tablets, then it's like electronically.
There's
like-
also a paper trail if
with-
they fill it out.
with the
on
paper as
piece-
well?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think if there's anything else I could ask. No, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Sheriff
Mhm.
Sandage.
Member Schaefer?
Thank you. I don't have a question for the sheriff.
Oh.
I just want to make a comment about the Americorps Week, where it would be nice, I would stop by that week, although I'll be at a golf course or a beach somewhere. But Americorps is a very valuable organization to McLean County, because one of the things they also do is they help teach mental health first aid to the community members. And so it's a very valuable organization as a whole. And then the part that Jenna talked about today. So just wanted to make that comment.
Anything else under other business and communication? All right, seeing none, I have, need to approve bills and transfers. I have a letter here from the McLean County Auditor, Michelle Anderson, saying that she's reviewed the bills and certifies that all are in compliance with McLean County Code. We have bills in the amount of $585,533.74. Can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Chung, a second by member Beer. Any questions or discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? I think we're done, aren't we? We are adjourned.
Not bad.